One of the things that I remember when you and I first had a conversation, which was the pre-broadcast meeting prior to that Bills Jaguars game in London last year, and that the rest of the broadcast team was so taken by, is your nonstop desire to be the best ever and how you described it. And I'd love to try and, if I can, get that out of you and what you do every day to make sure that you are going to be the best ever with a bust and a jacket and a ring, a championship ring, and all of that. Josh, what mindset do you bring to the equation here?
Just trusting my process.
Which is what? What is your process?
First of all, the way I take care of my body is the way I take care of my body. Like, I've talked to, a lot of, NFL Hall of Famers and, a lot of great NFL players, not Hall of Famer players yet, but great players and guys that have done it consistently. And what I taken from them was finding your way. I can't iterate a way that Troy Polamalu or, Lawrence Taylor did, find their success, or Ed Reed, or even Calais Campbell. I can figure out in my way, in my life, the way I have 3 kids, 3 dogs. I'm busy all the time, but I have a way to be great, and it's my way. So finding out my way was priority number 1, and that's the way I take care of my body and the time I put in for that.
You brought a hyperbaric chamber to London last year, right?
I did. I sleep in my hyperbaric every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Did you bring one to Los Angeles?
No, I did not. But in Jersey, when I go back home because it's my birthday next week, so
happy
we're
birthday
be
in advance.
traveling.
Okay.
You're
going to need a bigger cake now at the Hines-Allen, right?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
All right, just want to make sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But like I say, so hyperbaric chamber, I go to sleep with my wife every night, make sure that, she's good and I'm here, we're good. And I set my alarm for about 1 o'clock every morning, 12 to 1 o'clock every morning. And I spend the rest of my time in the chamber. And then I wake up and go to work. Where do I find time to study? That's also important. So when I'm in when OTAs is going on, I'm in Arizona, and I'm doing everything I can to maximize that time because I'm by myself. And so I do a lot of my studying there. I do a lot of my catching up with my reading, my mental aspect of the game. I write down my game plan on what I want to do with the tackles I'm going to play each week. Just trying to, when game day does come, I'm at my best, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So mentally, I take care of that by studying months before. I mentally prepare. I physically prepare by training and pushing myself every time I work out. And I take care of my body by recovering, eating the right food. We're about to now hire a chef. I think that was the next step of, my professional ways is nutrition. I always thought I always thought I ate well, but talking to a lot of other athletes, there's really a different side of that, and it can make you feel a lot better. So if I'm, having my whole recovery team working on my body, and now I'm doing that, and I'm eating better, I think it's just gonna help me in the long run.
What about game day?
Game days, I'm locked in. I go to sleep the night before. I fly if it's an away game, I fly my IV doctor and my physical therapist out to every game. I get my work in the night before. I wake up, get my work in with them again, and then I really just rest. I stay in a dark, secluded area, like in my room. Just get ready, get my mind right. No music.
What are you thinking about?
I'm reading. I'm really reading. I like to read because it helps me just like get my mind off of football. So
books?
I don't
Just any old books?
Audio books. I like to read, books that can easily apply to my life or my work. So I read a lot of mental, preparation books. I think throughout my journey in NFL, I feel like mental, like being there, just being fully mentally involved is very important. And I feel like, if you don't have a good foundation of, you think you need to rely on other people to help you feel some type of way, and then when that stops, how are you really feeling? I think getting past that point in a career is very important. And once I got past that, and I said, it's all about me. It's all about the way that I carry myself, and I can only be the one that's going to bring me up and that can bring me down. Nobody else can be in my bubble and pop that because I'm solidifying where I am and the way I think. So, coming to that, preparation is huge. So I think, when I read my books, it's all about stuff like that. When I go, I start getting, get dressed, look good, headphones on. Usually, this is my little secret. I'm going to let everybody know. I usually don't listen to music when I have my headphones on. It's just me and my thoughts. Just not even thoughts. I'm just clear-minded, just controlling my breathing because I don't want to get too high. That's a wasted energy.
So there's no music in your headsets. They're just noise cancellation.
Noise cancellation.
That's all you're wearing it for that purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nobody talk to me.
Well, now.
So sorry, guys.
Did somebody ever come up to you at some point early on in your career? Because I imagine now Jacksonville now knows, and everybody in the Jaguars knows what your process is, and just kind of.
It's cool. Everybody knows. Like now, it's like I just started doing this again. Like this past year. Like now everybody knows, like, I go, so as soon as I walk, like away games, as soon as I walk into the facility, my equipment staff, like, meets me at the door and, like, takes me to, like, a dark room. Because I like to be by myself. That's why I read, meditate, just get myself refocused for the game. So he'll point to me, all right, come on, Josh, we're going over here. This is your room. So I'll be in there majority of the time. I'll, get ready, get taped. I walk the field one time, I activate. And by that time, like, no energy wasted. I'm not a big speech guy. I'm not a rah-rah guy anymore because I feel like I'm wasting energy. And I got to, I'm trying to dominate this game, so I got to have all the energy that I can. And, I'll bring y'all up when we making plays.
And this is why you think your play keeps rising. This past year, 4 different games with at least 2.5 sacks in those games. The only other player in the history of the NFL since the sack's been recorded is Lawrence Taylor.
Yep.
And you, that's the list.
Yeah.
This is what you believe, that all of everything you just said is what is leading to this production.
Because I feel like, I've played at a high level before, so playing at a high level is not new to me because in high school, first year playing defense, I broke the New Jersey State record in sacks. First year playing defense my senior year. In college, went to University of Kentucky. We weren't really nationally known at the University of Kentucky, but I had to build my way to that. Ended up winning every Defensive Player of the Year award coming out of Kentucky, and had 17 sacks. So it's like I know what 17 feels like, even though it's a different level.
Yeah.
I played at a very high level before, so right now it's like I don't know what my limit is, So it's like, what is my limit? If I keep doing the things that I'm doing now, keep taking care of my body, mental, family, like, what is my limit? So that's why I know, like, 17 is at the highest. I had 22 in high school. Can I beat that? So that's really the way I think. That's why I don't really get into the rankings,
What about the Defensive Player of the Year award stuff? Do you get into that?
It's going to come. For me, like, that's one of my goals. But I think, if I can control what I can control,
right,
I can play at a very high level.
Which is your sleeping and your eating and your thought process and your environment. And
it's real. And now, my family, I think really it was like managing my family as well. Like that's also another task that a lot of
3 kids, 3 dogs.
3 kids, 3 dogs.
1 hyphen.
1 hyphen. Yes, sir. It's a lot of work because I'm, I want to be the best dad ever, and I want to spend time with my kids and. I want to, heck, we're out here and we went to Universal and Disney back-to-back days, and like,
wow.
And
by the way, I don't know what's tougher, that or the crucible of a National Football League season.
Oh, man.
Universal and Disney and back-to-back days. And for those in the national audience right now, they're not next door to each other.
Nope, not close.
No.
Got to go Lightning Pass, Josh, right? Lightning Pass?
This is VIP.
Disney? Yeah, good.
Okay.
I'm fortunate to afford it now.
Well done.
And enjoy it.
Yes, and I mean, congrats on the new contract, which is well-deserved. And also, apparently, if you're flying around IV people and hyperbaric chambers,
it's
necessary.
An investment. I got that from LeBron. Like, that's like when LeBron said, I was reading something, he didn't say it, but I read something, and the amount of money that he invests to his body it's essential. And for me, it was like, oh, he's doing that, and look what he's getting from it. So it's like, if I can invest a little bit more than I've ever done, what can I get back from that? So it's like, I invested, let's just put a number out there. I invested, $100,000 in recovery last year. I just got 140 back. So am I willing to invest that sum to maximize off the value that I really can get? So it's like my hyperbaric, that was an investment, something I could use for the rest of my life. That was a good chunk of change, but I know if I get it, it's gonna help me maximize my value that I can bring, and I can make more from that later. So
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.